Hello Primary 6. Today we will complete lesson 4 in unit 1, which is properties of multiplication. The first property is closure property. Closure property means that the product of any two integers is an integer. For example, if we have negative 3 belong to z and negative 2 belong to z, if we multiply negative 3 by negative 2, the result will be equal 6, which is belong to z. So closure property means that you can write any two integer numbers and multiply them. You will always get an integer, which means that z is closed under multiplication. So this property is called the closure property. The second property is commutative property. As we said before, that commutative means a change order. So you can change the order of numbers that you multiply and you will always get the same result. For example, if you multiply 2 by negative 5, the result will be equal negative 10. And if we change the order of numbers and multiply negative 5 by 2, the result will be also equal negative 10. So 2 by negative 5 is the same as negative 5 by 2. So I can change the order of numbers without any change in the result, which is commutative property. Property number 3 is associative property. Associative property means that I can change the group of numbers without any change in the result. If we have A by B by C, if we multiply A by B and then multiply the result by C, is the same as if we multiply B by C and then multiply the result by A. So I can change the position of the brackets or parentheses without any change in the result. You will get the same result, which is associative property. Property number 4 is multiplicative identity or multiplicative neutral. So the meaning of multiplicative identity, it means the number that doesn't affect in multiplication operation. So 5 by what equal 5. So here we need to write the number that doesn't affect in multiplication operation. So this number will be 1, because 5 by 1 equal 5. If we have negative 2 by what equal negative 2, negative 2 by 1 equal negative 2. So 1 is multiplicative identity. Property number 5, multiplying by 0. If we multiply any integer by 0, the result will be equal 0. For example, if we multiply 4 by 0, the result will be equal 0. And if we multiply 0 by negative 5, the result will be equal 0. So multiplying any integer by 0 equal 0. Property number 6 is multiplication is distributed over addition and subtraction, which is distributive property. Here we have 2 times the sum of 4 and 7. In distributive property, we have to take the number which is outside the brackets or parentheses, and we are going to multiply this number by every number inside the parentheses or brackets. So we have to multiply 2 by 4 and then multiply 2 by 7. So the first number here is 2. So 2 by 4. We will keep the plus sign in between and then multiply 2 by 7. You have to perform the operation inside the brackets. 2 by 4 equal 8 plus 2 by 7 equal 14. Then 8 plus 14 will be equal 22, which is distributive property. 4 times the difference between 5 and 1. So in distributive property, we have to take the number which is outside the bracket and then multiply this number by each number in the group or in the parentheses. So 4 by 5. We will keep the difference sign in between and then multiply 4 by 1. You have to perform the operation inside the brackets. 4 by 5 equal 20 minus 4 by 1 equal 4. 20 minus 4, it will be equal 16, which is distributive property over addition and subtraction. Question number 1. Use the properties of multiplication. Here you have to show the steps and you have to write the name of each property. The first one, 4 by negative 16 by 25. First, let's remember friends of multiplication. 2 by 5 equal 10. 4 by 25 equal 100. 8 by 125 equal 1000. So, the first number, we will keep the first number, which is 4. And then change the order of the second and third. So 4 times 25 times negative 16. You should write the name of this property. Here the name of this property is commutative property. Step number 2, you have to write the previous step again by putting brackets. 4 by 25 inside the brackets because they are friends by negative 16. So the name of this property is associative. Now you have to perform the operation inside the brackets. 4 by 25, it will be equal 100. And then drop down by negative 16. 100 by negative 16, it will be equal negative 1600. So here the answer will be negative 1600. The second one, 8 by 2 by negative 125 by 50. So you have to show the steps and write the name for each property. As we said before, you have to write the first number, which is 8, and then change the order of second and third. Multiply negative 125 multiply 2 multiply 50. So here we change the order. So the name of this property is commutative. Step number 2, you have to write the previous step again. 8 by negative 125, but you have to put the brackets, by 2 by 50. The name of this property is associative. Step number 3, you have to perform the operation inside the brackets. 8 by negative 125 equal negative 1000. Multiply 2 by 50, it will be equal 100. So 1000 multiply 100, you will get 100 negative 100,000. So here the result will be negative 100,000. Exercise number 2, use the distributive property to find. Negative 4 multiply 4 plus negative 1. In distributive property, you have to take this number which is outside the brackets and we are going to multiply it by every number or by each number inside the brackets. So we will multiply negative 4 by 4. And then we will keep the sign plus as it is, and then distribute negative 4 by negative 1. You have to perform the operation inside the brackets. Negative 4 by 4, it will be equal negative 16 plus negative 4 by negative 1, it will be equal 4. Then negative 16 plus 4, you will get negative 12, which is the result. The second one, negative 2 multiply negative 6 minus 4. In distributive property, you have to take this number which is outside the brackets and then multiply this number by each number inside the brackets, like this. So we will multiply negative 2 by negative 6. You will drop down the minus sign and then multiply negative 2 by 4. So here negative 2 by negative 6, you get 12, minus negative 2 by 4, you get negative 8. So 12 minus negative 8 will be equal 20, which is the result. Now we have dividing two integers. In division, we have to use the same signs rules of multiplication, which is same sign positive, different sign negative. So here we have negative 27 divided negative 3. So here we have same sign, so the result will be positive. 27 divided 3, it will be equal 9. 35 divided negative 5. Here we have different sign, positive and negative. So here the result will be negative. 35 divided 5, it will be equal 7. So the result will be negative 7. Negative 15. So negative 15 means 15. So 15 divided negative 3. Here we have different sign, so the result will be negative. 15 divided 3, it will be equal 5. So the result will be negative 5. We have absolute negative 56. As we said before, that's the absolute value for any number will be positive. So absolute negative 56 will be 56. Divided absolute 8 will be 8. So now we have same sign, so same sign positive. 56 divided 8, it will be equal 7. So the result will be positive 7. Thank you.